Hey guys, Dave here. I have another review ready for you. This is something I've actually been meaning to do a review for a while now, and I've had it ready. I just really haven't had time to film it, and I kind of keep changing what I think of it, if that makes sense. So, without further ado, it's actually going to be another Bond. I'm not sure why I keep reviewing these. I really need to do a little more variety. I don't know why. I guess this is the one I felt like reviewing next. So this is Bond number 9, Saks Fifth Avenue for him. This is a 100 ml tester. It was released in 2007, and the perfumer who has done quite a few of their scents is Michel Almaraic. As far as notes, we have top notes of chili, black pepper, cardamom, and bergamot, a middle note of incense, and a base of guaiac wood and amber. There are two bottle sizes. You have the 1.7, that'll run you anywhere from around 100 to 160, and a 3.4 will run you anywhere from 140 to, I believe, 220, possibly even 230. This is one of the ones that's a little bit more expensive from the Bonds. Not like the super expensive ones, but it is, I think, about 10 bucks more than regular. As far as classification, I would call this a sweet and spicy Oriental. To me, it's sweet and spicy. It isn't Oriental, but it also has kind of an aquatic vibe to it. Let's get right into it. Right when I apply this, I get an initial blast of bergamot. Very beautiful bergamot. It dies down quickly though, and I start to get what I initially, when I first smelled it, thought was a licorice vibe. When I first tried it, I had no idea what the note breakdown was, because I swapped for it, so I assumed that it was licorice. But there's no licorice listed anywhere, so I'm actually going to say it's a combination of the chili and the cardamom that kind of gives it that licorice vibe. It's sweet but spicy at the same time, if that makes sense to you guys. Despite that it's sweet and spicy, it's not a really heavy scent. It's almost aquatic or watery in a way. It's kind of hard to describe. When it reaches the mid on my skin, I still get the chili and the cardamom, but with an incense note as well. It still comes off as licorice, but with incense, which is a very unique combination to me. It's sweet, smoky, and spicy. You would think that given the chili and the incense notes, it's going to be a really heavy scent. I'm probably already said this, that's mainly for winter, as I said, but it's almost aquatic-like, in that it's not really heavy. It does have a little bit of a watery vibe to it, and it's something that I think can work pretty much year-round, except probably in the heat. The dry down is very nice on my skin. I still get a hint of that incense slash chili vibe, but it's mostly, or I mean the licorice slash chili vibe, but it's mostly incense, amber, and a very smooth guaiac wood. It's one of the more unique Bonds that I have smelled, and a very interesting take. I think they tried to make it an aquatic, even though it's more of an Oriental, if that makes sense. I could be wrong about that. There's just something about this fragrance that screams sexy to me, and I keep coming back to it. It's very, very high quality ingredients, and something that I really didn't like all that much on my first sniff. I was like, oh, okay, this is okay. But the dry down to me is mostly that smooth guaiac wood, amber, and incense. I would say that this is best for anything from day wear to formal wear, but I would say it's probably better suited for day wear personally. As far as what women say, most women actually really like this one. It's been called sexy, sensual, carnal, quite a few adjectives actually. Women really seem to dig it. I think it's the sweet and spicy combination. As far as age, despite the incense and chili, I'm going to say that this is a little bit mature, but a little bit youthful at the same time. So I'm going to say 20 and up. As far as number of sprays, I'm going to say 3. It wears light, but it is potent. It is an eau de parfum. You could, I guess, do 4, but in the top, that chili note is really there, and it could get a little too spicy for you. As far as who would like it, I think if you really like chili, incense, licorice, or sweet and spicy scents, then definitely give this one a try. I would recommend trying it at least a few times though, as it wasn't love at first sniff for me. For a spicy scent, it's not too heavy or annoying, which really impresses me. Why would you not like this? If you don't enjoy sweet and spicy scents, hate incense, chili, or licorice-y type of scents, the dominant notes to me in this one are the chili, the cardamom, the incense, and the dry down of the guaiac wood and amber. As far as bottles, I think that if you like Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit de l'Homme or Paul Smith Extreme, then you will probably like this. What do I think of when I wear this? This is going to sound weird, but eating cinnamon flavored licorice in church while they're burning incense. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into my ratings. As far as overall smell, I will give it a 9 out of 10. I find this one very sexy and sensual, but at times it can be a little bit too much of the chili for me. But overall, I do really adore this one. Oh, I forgot to mention, I really like the bottle. Even though it's a sticker, I still like it a lot. It's kind of a cool bottle. I wish I had the cap though. Anyway, projection, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It does okay in projection, but it's not anything amazing. But you will have a solid scent cloud around you for the first 4 to 5 hours, generally around 1 to 2 feet out. So it's not jumping across a room, but people within a few feet of you will probably smell you. As far as longevity, I will give it a 9 out of 10. I get pretty good longevity out of it. I'm averaging between 7 and 10 hours regularly, so it's solid. As far as uniqueness, this is where it shines to me. It's a 10 out of 10. It's very unique to me, and one of the few spicy scents that I've been able to handle and really enjoy. I keep saying that it's sexy. It's very unique. Whoever thought to put chili in a fragrance, it's a very interesting idea that actually worked out, at least for me. As far as versatility, I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. Despite the chili and incense, it's light enough that I believe it can be worn almost year-round. I have not tested it in the heat yet though, but I am thinking it won't work very well in the summer. But I can see it worn for most occasions. I think it's better for casual use or work though. Overall, I'm going to give it a 9.25 out of 10. I find this to be a very underrated fragrance from the Bond House. There's not a lot of people talking about this one, and one that I do enjoy a lot. I'm not sure why it hasn't become popular, but it's a very fantastic, unique blend that is gorgeous to me. In terms of the design of the fragrance, it reminds me a little bit of La Nuit de l'Homme. Not really in the smell category, but that kind of sweet and spicy thing going on. As far as buy, try, or pass, this is not something I would blind buy. Please do not blind buy this. It's a definite try. This will not be for everyone. If you do love spicy scents that have some sweetness to them, then definitely check it out, but please don't blind buy it. Definitely try and obtain samples before you purchase a bottle, especially given the prices that Bond charges. So, that is my take on Bond No. 9 Saks Fifth Avenue for him. There is a women's version that's a white bottle as well, so you gotta make sure you're looking at the men's version, not the women's. So, this is not a unisex, this is for men only. There's actually a women's version as well. As always, thanks for watching guys, and please rate, comment, and subscribe.